Hi, just shut up, people. I'm starting.
Shut up, you dirty, dirty bastards.
And so that was the last time I hired a hooker to do a Dirty Sanchez on me. So,
Sweet.
yeah. So I don't know if anybody is watching the chat or.
I'm trying to get it to load.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we are. My name is Lilokin, and I am here with Mad and Loki's Witch. And Mad's kind of under the weather. He's
kinda fucking dying.
The Illuminati did it.
Yep. Oh yeah, did you file a complaint with the Illuminati?
Yeah, I filed out that 13666 form. So
good.
They said they'll get back to me within 48 hours.
Oh really? 48 hours? Wow, that's pretty good. Usually it takes longer than that.
Mine took a lot longer. Damn it.
Did you use the right form in triplicate?
I did, but the problem was I had to send it on broom mail, and you know how the old wooden brooms don't go as well as we hoped.
And you have to make 3 copies. You have to give one to HR, one to admin, and then one to finance.
I think I forgot the HR copy.
Ah, you see, that's the important part. Yeah, because if you don't send it to the Illuminati HR, it's not going anywhere. So let's see. And I of course didn't pull up the videos, so let me do that. I think they're in our watch later, right? Yep.
Yeah, the watch leaders.
All right, perfect. All right, so let me get this all set to go. Are we all set to get into the first video?
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently, Mad, your voice sounds sexy. You can blame Witch's girl for that.
She likes it when I'm sick. It's like that episode of Family Guy when Peter got sick and Lois. Damn it, program! Stop running! Shut up!
It's that sexy voice. See, that's kind of a shame because, yeah, really, it's a kind of a shame because it's like you're sick and you don't really feel like doing anything, but suddenly your partner's attracted to you. It's like, God damn it! Why don't you feel this way when I'm horny and regular?
I'm married for 10 fucking years, and now that I'm sick for once in my fucking life, now you want to screw me. See how it is.
It's a cruel twist of fate. All right, let me see. Get this all figured out so I can start presenting. Whoops, that's not the one I want to do. Oop.
Oh, chat myself. I would like to see the chat myself.
It took mine a few minutes to load it, but I think mine's lagging because Steam's updating.
All right, I'm going to be
app keeps popping up.
Let me know if can you guys hear it?
No.
No.
You can't hear it? Can you see it?
Yes.
You can see it, but you can't hear it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me see.
Yes, it's more mole at man mole mode. I swear we'll be done with this soon.
Did you hear anything?
No.
All right. Do you hear anything now?
Yes.
Okay.
Barely, but I can hear it.
Okay. All right, well, that's as loud as it's going to go, so.
The center is hell or Satan, and it's a circle within a circle. Notice that there's a goat's head inside.
There we go.
Now, how many remember in the Old Testament the scapegoat?
Now, isn't this the very first one we saw?
No, this is no.
I know it's number 8, but oh, that's right. Because we left off when he was going to get into some of the symbols. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know how many. Let me see if I can English. I'm not too sure how many people are familiar with how this, how the Church of Satan, or actually Anton LaVey, got this this symbol. This is actually, it spells out Azazel. And
Leviathan.
No. No, it doesn't. Sigil of Azazel? I don't know if I pronounced it right. Azazel.
Yeah, it's pronounced Azazel, or depending on who's pronouncing it. I've heard it pronounced Azul. I've heard it pronounced Azazel.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole symbol is actually the sigil of Baphomet.
Yeah.
Is Leviathan in Hebrew?
I don't think so. I could be mistaken.
I still like the idea of Legion. We are all one. Damn it.
Yeah, I probably actually have to. Let me look up the book of the. What the hell's the name of that? Nokian seals. Nokian seals. Nope.
Type in sigil of Baphomet once.
I'm sorry. What?
Just type in sigil of sigil of Baphomet once. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to come up, but it's going to be mistaken. It comes up, but oh, here it is. Samuel Lilith. So, but actually, what I wanted to do was I wanted to show the the sigil of it without putting in Baphomet.
Also,
because it's based off of it. Let me see the Hebrew character. Sigil of Hebrew.
Illuminati confirmed.
But anyhow, so what it was this: the Hebrew characters were taken from this seal, which I can't find right now, and they put the upside down pentagram, or with the pentagram with the 1 point down, and that became the Church of Satan's symbol. Let's see if it goes into here. Is that the one? No, it's not the one. Yeah, here it is. Azazel. Zapar. The Zapar? Zapar. I think it's this one.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'll have to. Maybe it's not the symbol. I think it might be Samuel. But anyhow, so that's where they got the symbol from. So let's carry on and see what he has to say.
When the people of Israel were told to put the sins upon the scapegoat and send it out in the wilderness, and that's what atoned for their sins. Now, when you're inducted into Satanism, they tell you poor old Lucifer, he was kicked out of heaven by God, and all he did was ask why God had the throne. And so now everything that you
that's not all he asked. He was like, you have all the power. I don't like humans. You love them more than you love us, your angels, your first, children, whatever the fuck. And I don't like it, so fuck you.
I'm out.
I'm outsy. And God was like, fine, there's the door. Don't let it hit you.
Right. Yeah, because I've heard different stories about it too. I've heard the one story that he loved God more than man, and so he was cast out from heaven for it. And supposedly he came to earth, and like 1/3 of the angels went with him or something.
Yeah.
It's always 1/3.
I heard.
Go ahead, Loki.
That he decided to defy God, and
what?
To him.
Yeah, you're.
No, she's having problems. Are you wearing your headset again?
It's the only one
Headset again.
Yep, she is.
Hold on.
Loki, I mean this with all the love I can muster. Your headset fucking sucks.
Oh, give me a break.
It's great for gaming, just not for what we're doing.
Your headset.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, but let's see for how long.
I think I know what it is because I was researching something real quick on my browser, and it's not liking. I have this on a different page, so
just cut out again.
the day of not working microphones.
Yeah, really.
Just to catch everybody up, my microphone wasn't working before this all started. I was getting pissed.
Yes, we're always having technical difficulties.
But it went so well last week. What the hell? The Illuminati, I'm telling you, they're screwing
all
with
right.
us.
How do I sound now?
You sound good now.
Okay.
You sound like an angel from heaven.
Oh, thanks. Too bad it's
I was
not
being
fire.
sarcastic.
Thanks.
See, you blew it, man. You
way to go.
Brownie points there. Then you just had to take it too far.
So what happened?
You guys watch my channel, right? You watch my channel, right? You should know this by
Shut
now.
up, man. Let her talk.
It's okay.
Shut up, you sick bastard.
No, what happened is my Steam was updating on my computer, so it was lagging my computer. And it's trying to open it still, and I had to do Control-Delete to it.
Ah, okay.
So it's other programs that are fucking with my mic.
Okay. All right. So what originally were you going to say?
Well,
if you remember.
I do fucking remember, damn it. Bless you. The story I remember hearing was that Lucifer dared to defy God's ideals and challenged him, saying, "We're perfection. Why are you making this trash?" And God told him, "I don't want to listen to your crap. You can either deal with it or you can go away." And 1/3 of the angels agreed with Lucifer after they started a little semi-rebellion war and were cast out of heaven. So there's mixed stories about it that goes around.
Right. Right. Yep. Yeah, well, that's what I've heard too. So, all right, let's get back into this.
We do. We have to blame it on somebody, and we blame it on poor old Satan.
Sure, why not?
So he's referred to as the scapegoat. And you notice that there are keys going around the outside of that circle. This is actually a writing, and it's called Enochian. Enochian keys.
No, it's not. It's Hebrew.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that.
Okay, for somebody who studied the Bible so fucking much, why doesn't he know the difference between Enochian and Hebrew? Okay, so yeah, you can see the Hebrew script right there, or the Enochian script right there. Perfect daylight.
Right. This is Enochian, but this was actually a alphabet that was created by John Dee and Kelly. I can't remember his first name. Well, I say created because what happened was that Dee and I can't remember his first name, Kelly, were conducting a ceremony to contact their spirit guides, or a spirit guide. And Kelly was able to contact them and then relay the information to Dee, who was one of the magicians and high-level ranking astronomers and alchemists to Queen Elizabeth, I think, at the time. Yeah, John Dee and Edward Kelly, that's who it was. And so they relayed this alphabet to, or the spirit that they were contacting was relaying this alphabet to Kelly, and then Kelly gave it to John Dee. But the thing about it is one of the things that have puzzled a lot of people is that these characters are so unique that they, like, you know, it's not like, because a lot of alchemists use magical alphabets to kind of cover their tracks or kind of make it hidden. But this one was so unique. And so there's some question about its origin. But anyhow, but these are not Enochian characters. So let's look at the Hebrew characters. So that's what these are. Let's go back to this. So we can see these characters here.
Remember, it reads counterclockwise.
Oh, it does? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I know a little bit of Hebrew. I
Okay.
had to.
You mean going from left to right?
From it goes from right to left. They write right to left.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So it would go counterclockwise.
Yep, it starts right here. Yeah, it says Leviathan.
Okay. So let's look up the L. So Lamed, this one right here.
Yep.
So that would be this one.
Lamed.
And then this one would be an E.
No, why?
Or no, they wouldn't use the
no vowels.
Yeah, the vowels. They wouldn't. So it would be V, right?
It'll be it's LYV.
Okay, so this one right here, Yod.
Yep.
Okay. I wonder why it doesn't come up then. Sigil of, I don't even know if I spelled Leviathan right. I always thought it was Azazel. Oh well. Okay, so anyhow, so So we know that these are not Enochian, they're actually Hebrew. All right, so let's see what he has to say.
Sanskrit, and it actually spells out a word, and that word is Leviathan.
So he has that part right, but the alphabet wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is the creature from the abyss, I believe in the book of Job. So this is the satanic pentagram. When you see that, you know exactly what that is, that that's the symbol of United Satanist churches.
I think it's just the symbol of the Church of Satan.
Here's the next one. This is the universal symbol of witchcraft.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
No, it's
Who
not.
draws it that way?
Right? It looks nice. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
it looks horrible.
Well, given the fact that he can't draw, I can
No,
probably,
I mean, it looks horrible because it's supposed to have those connecting lines, overlapping lines, you know?
right.
And this way it looks horrible, in my opinion.
It looks like somebody took a stencil, put it down, and traced it.
That's probably what they did.
Traced it like 20
You're right.
times.
That's probably what they did.
Did he let a 5-year-old do it?
He did it with the power of his mullet.
The mullet guides me.
He just wrapped a pen in his mullet and just let it go. And this is what it came up with.
It's called a pentagram. The reason it's called a pentagram is it's a 5-pointed star, and if you were to intersect those lines, in other words, you would draw those lines where they would intersect with each other, that would form the pentagram.
Why didn't he just draw it that way?
Right? It's 5
Instead of having to
lines.
explain.
Oh, because if he did that he would be making something of a witches, and it would taint his good godliness.
He didn't have a problem drawing out the satanic symbol.
Well, he probably. Good point. He was afraid.
I know. It's like, yeah, okay, you're right.
Well, it's that, or he was afraid that if he drew out the full witch's symbol, that he'd be cursed. Which, with the Satanist thing, God will protect him. Who knows?
What happened to that shield bullshit? The God shield or whatever.
I don't know. They're walking around in so much armor with so many freaking shields. I'm like, how do you move your arms? Fuck.
He's got the full armor of God on him.
Yeah, and I have a
I don't know
catapult.
what he's wearing. And he's got that mullet. I mean, the mullet itself is protection.
Yeah, for blows to the back of the head.
I mean, in D&D terms, that's like a full plate of holy armor. Right there.
I have a catapult. I think I win.
Okay. Well, catapults beat all, so.
I drew it like this, and you can actually see the makeup of the star itself, which is where these, or draw these on the floor, and then stand inside of them and summon up the spirit.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many people actually draw a pentagram on their floor?
My roommate
Nobody.
had one. My roommate had one out of silver duct tape that he made on a tarp, so he could lay it underneath his bed and take it with him when he did circle groups instead of having to set things up all the time. That was about it.
What do you mean set things up?
Basically, instead of they used to use candle holders outside to make the star. Instead, they had this, and they could lay it down, and they wouldn't have to sit in wet grass.
Okay, okay, so they did actually put candles at each one of the points?
Yes.
Okay. What?
Oh, so they were using it as a guideline.
Yep.
What tradition did he practice?
He was.
Sounds draconian.
I'm trying to remember what all he does. A mix of them all, so it's really confusing what the hell he does.
All right, I've never heard about anybody doing that. I guess some people do that.
I mean, I'm used to having candles at northwest, east, south.
Yeah.
All those, but It was just his way of doing things, so I never really questioned his way. I did my way, he did his.
All right. Okay. So Mullet Man is partially correct. Apparently, some witches
and charge the atmosphere on the outside, and they believe that by lighting candles on each point of that star, standing inside of this, and charging the atmosphere, as long as they're inside that circle, they are protected. How many know that demons don't need you to draw something on the floor to really get to you? Okay? This is another way that Satan keeps them in bondage by making them think that they are the ones that are in control. Not the witches themselves, but that's what Satan wants them to make them think. That's how he keeps them going. Here's the next one.
That's the Star of David.
Right?
Right.
That's
yeah, but it's an evil demonic witch symbol.
Right, because if you're Jewish, you're evil, apparently.
because you killed Jeebus.
You bastards!
I mean, it is a hermetic symbol. If you look at it, like, I don't know, can you see my mouse arrow?
Yeah.
Okay, so this right here makes up two of the symbols, one for fire and one for air.
Oh.
You see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this one is for water and for earth. And it's also a representation of as above, so below.
Male and female
It's
is
also
all dualities.
Right. But that is but it at that point it's considered to be it's not a Jewish star. It's not a Star of David. So it's a magical symbol, but it's not really considered to be like a witch symbol or something like that. Let's see what he has to say about this.
Exactly as it sounds. This symbol is used in black magic. It comes from the Jewish Kabbalah, Jewish magic.
No, I think it comes more from Hermeticism. Though I have seen people say like, what is it, Kethar or Malkuth. And I think there is a way that you can draw the Kabbalah on this. It doesn't, I don't think it quite lines up, but you could, because there's 10 Sephiroths and then 11th if you do Dalth.
Right.
Which is right about here. But I think it's more of a hermetic symbol, not a Kabbalistic symbol.
It is a symbol of dark summoning. What I mean by that is
it's not dark summoning.
You want to put a hex on somebody? You want to cause a spirit to come forth? This is
no, it's not.
It's called a hex. Now, it's not.
I think he's killing Mad.
I can't breathe.
Ben never will be the Star of David.
It is the Star of David.
Jews wear it proudly.
What the hell are you smoking, Mullet Man?
Just because a six-pointed star is used by different people doesn't mean that the symbol itself has any particular connotation. It depends upon the context. That's the other thing that drives me nuts about these people are always seeing occult images everywhere. They don't understand the context of the images. Like, you will see an upside down star in Freemasonry, especially like in what is it called, the co-masonry, but it doesn't mean that that's a satanic symbol. It just means that for their order, that's a star with one point down, and they usually don't put it within a circle. So it's just like the characters, just like we were looking at the characters of Hebrew and the characters of Enochian. It has to have context. You can't just say that something is evil or associated with one thing.
Same thing in college. With I was learning the same thing in college with the difference between data, information, and knowledge.
Right, exactly. It has to have context.
Show me in Scripture anywhere where David was instructed to come up with a symbol of a star representing him or the city or the country of Israel. It's not there. The other thing is,
but they've been the Hebrew star or Star of David has been used for so long now. They're associated with it. They associate with it.
Right.
It's like the Christians with the cross.
Right. Exactly.
Well, even in the concentration camps, that's how they identified the Jews, was with the Star of David. They had a Star of David sewn on as a patch on their uniform.
Right. And then the pink triangle for homosexuals.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, we can continue.
Solomon was a wise king, but he was also a dabbler.
A dabbler? You mean a magician? Supposed magician.
I love that, dabbler.
He liked to dabble things.
A little dab of this, a little dab of that. He's a
boom. Throw some oregano on that shit and call it done.
There you go. Exactly.
He made a cake.
Roll it, flour, and throw it in the oven.
Had many wives, and those wives came from different cultures. And those different cultures worship different gods. Guess what they brought to the marriage with them?
I don't know. I don't know the exact history of the supposed King of Solomon, but all the magical grimoires that we have that are supposedly attributed to King of Solomon probably were not attributed to King of Solomon. It's just what they call them.
Witchcraft. They brought those gods with them. Why do I say that?
Because you're an idiot?
God.
Right?
Why do you say
we
that?
Actually have a comment. We actually have a comment. Cece says, the mullet conducts electricity, and the mullet is from Satan's pubes.
Oh, oh my God, Cece, you're grounded.
No, she's not. No, you get plus 10 for that.
Yeah, shouldn't she be doing her homework?
Right? I know you're back in school. It's late. Come on.
Cece, don't make us call your parents.
We got their number. We're connected with Illuminati. Remember that.
Go to 1 Kings, chapter 11.
1 Kings?
1 Kings. I don't have my Bible on me.
Why do we have to go to 1 Kings?
I like 2 Kings.
Yeah. He's so
I like no kings.
Biased.
Starting with verse 1. But when King Solomon loved many strange women. Why were they strange? Because they didn't worship the same God.
What if one had like a lazy eye or something? That's ableism.
You're racist, dude.
That's a mullet logic for you. Strange? Well, strange means they're from different lands. I think strange probably meant something else back then. And as it's been translated from what? Hebrew into
Sanskrit,
into Greek, and then into Latin, then into English.
And the German.
Yeah, right. And what was that language that supposedly they talked?
Aramaic.
Aramaic, right? Exactly. So I mean, depending upon which version he's using, if it was the one that was changed during the line of King James, or if it was changed at the Council of Nicaea, or if it was, and also the translation from Greek to Latin to whatever. So whatever strange originally meant is
long gone,
probably lost. Yeah.
They didn't worship the God of Israel. Together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites,
Hitabytes, whattabytes, betabytes, whattabytes, whattabytes,
Megabytes? What?
megabytes, gigabytes, gigabytes, all kind of bytes.
Oh.
Sidonian,
Ooh, Sidonians and the Hittites.
of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel,
Oh,
ye shall go
is it buffering?
No, I stopped it.
into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines.
Damn.
Playa.
Dude.
I'm telling you.
He has a wife
How
for
did
every
he have
night.
time for all of that?
No, that sounds like the perfect anime harem.
Shit, you're right.
Like
700 wives?
Normal harems only have 5 to 8 in anime, but this guy, man, what? Does he have like a 2-foot dick or something?
I don't know. I think it's over exaggerated, or at least I'm hoping it is.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that is like 2 point something. That's like almost 2 wives per day per year. That's crazy. That's
and then
too much.
300 concubines, so you got a whole another year on top of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it has something to do, like what Loki had mentioned. It probably has something to do with like status, and over the centuries they just kept doubling it. Like he probably started out with like 10 wives or something, right?
Yeah.
And then as the story progressed, no, he had 20 wives, then 40, then 80, then 160.
Now 700 wives plus 300 concubines and 200 some odd princesses. It's like,
Right.
what if they were princes? Damn it!
Someone got AIDS.
Well, probably he would need AIDS to help with that. Wait, oh, you mean the disease AIDS? Got it. I thought you meant the assistants.
Those two.
Wives turned away his heart.
Aww.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father.
So wait a second. Let's just assume for a second that he had 700 wives. I don't even think he knew all of their names, let alone that any single one of them would have any ability to change him, make him worship their particular god, like whatever strange land they came from.
It was probably
he
probably knew them by numbers.
Yeah, I was supposed to say that. He just saw the number on their back.
Right, exactly, yes.
Number 464, come over here. I need
Oh, no, not 464. I meant 465.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, 464, go back. Oh, no, I forgot. You got those gnarl-ass teeth. Ugh.
How did she slip in there?
Right?
I thought I divorced that one. Cast her to the damn lions already.
So I doubt that they had any ability to change his mind whatsoever to anything.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, which is also called Astaroth.
Yeah, Ashtaroth.
The goddess of the Sidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination, there's that word, of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a famous one from the Bible. Molech.
No, abomination. He was like, abomination.
Oh.
There's that word again. Twice in the same sentence.
That mullet's an abomination.
Didn't they have thesauruses back then?
Huh?
Didn't they have thesauruses back then?
What do you mean?
Like dinosaurs that knew a whole bunch of different words.
Oh, right. Oh,
or word that you were using.
Oh, the thesaurus?
Yeah, thesaurus.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they had thesauruses back then.
No, they went extinct.
For all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods.
See, that's where they get this whole thing about pagans sacrificing people from this stupid book.
Right?
And the Lord was angry with Solomon because the heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel.
Why would God care what Solomon's living in sin with 700 women. Why does he fucking care?
No, he was married to him. It's cool. It's cool.
But according to the Bible, polygamy is against the rules.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the Old Testament.
Well, they were working on it.
I can't keep up with 700 wives, man. We gotta change this shit.
Yeah, we gotta change it. That's why it's in the New Testament. Because the Old Testament wasn't good enough. God came back down and said, you know what? We got to revise this shit. Here's the New Testament. Now follow these rules or I'll kill you all.
Bible 2.0.
Exactly. Especially you, Solomon. You got to divorce 699 of those women.
Choose wisely.
How did he have time to marry all of them? I'm naming.
Which had appeared unto him twice. Now go to the book of Amos.
The book of Anus?
The book of Anus. Yes, it's in the very back of the book.
Normally where anuses belong.
Nobody ever pulls from the anus anymore. From everywhere else in the book, but not from the anus.
Nope, they just shove it all in there.
Wow.
God's getting ready to reveal something.
Yeah, he is.
I'm sorry. After that conversation, and then he said that. That's like some.
He's going to reveal it. Here he goes. He's digging in there. He's going to pull it out.
Chapter 5. We're going to start with verse 25. God is not in a good mood here.
When has he been in a good mood? Between the genocides, the flooding, the trying to chop some kid in half, killing people because they're making fun of bald people. I mean,
having them get mauled by bears.
Yeah.
Turning women into pillars of salt.
Yeah. He was very mean.
The people of Israel, the children of Israel, have been very foolish. And he's corrected them, like a good daddy does.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm like, oh yeah, he's your daddy, huh?
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Got the ball plug in the butt, got the ball gag and the butt plug with it. So that's how this works.
I want you to be my daddy. No. I want mommy back.
Exactly.
Show me on this doll where God touched you.
Exactly. More like show me on this doll where he didn't touch you.
He touched my soul.
All over it.
Should run down his waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? Verse 26. But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch. And
your mullet?
That's what it sounded like, but I'm a little muffled, so.
Your images.
That may explain his haircut.
Star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. When Solomon had the temple built, he used people from a land called Tyre. Tyre worshipped a god called Baal. This is the symbol of Baal, not.
No, it's not.
The stars of David. This is the seal of Solomon. It comes from the Jewish Kabbalah. In that time, that's Jewish magic. You see, not all Jews worship the same God.
I don't think back then they had any concept of the Kabbalah or the seal of Baal or whatever he's talking about.
Does that mean that
I think he's just gone crazy.
They all have.
Yeah. He's at this point he's on crack.
The people of Israel, because they've taken that symbol for the symbol of their country, does that mean they're evil? No. They're deceived.
What? Then
It's very subtle. And Satan, we all know that Satan can deceive people very, very well.
I have a hard time figuring out a good way to combat their imaginary friends.
Yeah, it's called a box fort.
Oops. I clicked it too far.
They're evil? No. They're deceived. It's very subtle. And Satan, we all know that Satan can deceive people very, very well. Here's the next one.
The first deception that Satan had was making you believe that it exists.
Believe.
Were you going to say something, Matt?
No. Okay. I was just making fun of him.
Everybody recognizes
that's what I do best.
All-seeing eye. One found on the back of the dollar bill and all the seal of the Illuminati.
No, it's not the seal of the Illuminati. They never had that. There was never found in any building used by the Bavarian Illuminati back in the 1700s. On the back of the dollar bill, it's from the Eye of Providence, and that's what they put it on there for. It's supposed to be the all-seeing eye of God, but they put that on the dollar bill in 1939.
Really? 1939?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. All of this bullshit, people just don't. When did the eye appear on the dollar bill? Eye of Providence. Now, let's not use Wiki. It's probably not a good one.
Right.
People will be all, but he got it from the Eye of Wiki. All right.
1935. Holy damn.
Yep. How the pyramid side of the Great Seal got on a $1 bill in 1935. One day in 1934, while Secretary of Agriculture Henry A. Wallace was waiting to meet with Secretary of State Cordell Hull, he looked through a State Department publication titled The History of the Seal of the United States. The Latin phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum impressed me as meaning the New Deal of the ages, not one world order.
All right, so now I know that.
Yep. Roosevelt, as he looked at the colored reproduction of the seal, was first struck with the representation of the all-seeing eye, the Masonic representation of the great architect of the universe.
God.
Next, he was impressed with the idea that the foundation of the new order of the ages had been laid in 1776. Complete under the eye of the great architect, Roosevelt, like himself, was a 32nd degree Mason. He suggested the seal be put in a dollar bill rather than a coin and took the matter up with the Secretary of State. So 1935 is when they put the Eye of Providence on the back of the $1 bill. Let me see. And as for the Illuminati symbol, let me see. I don't know if this is going to come up because the only documents I've found for this is in German.
Yeah, it's using the dollar bill.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find the thing where they say that it wasn't. This is probably the worst one to do. Vigilant citizen. Nope. Here we are. So this is from Freemasonry. Let me see. Adam Weishkopf, who was the person who started the Illuminati back in Bavaria in 1775, was against the Jesuits. I'm trying to find the part where they say that they never used the eye. Let's see. Evidence would suggest the Bavarian Illuminati is nothing more than a curious historical footnote. This is the opinion of the Masonic writers. Pretty much Jack Chick, pretty much David Icke perpetuated it. I'm just going to scroll down and see if I can find the eye. Nope, not finding it. But anyhow, there was no record of that eye ever appearing in any of the buildings that the Bavarian Illuminati ever occupied. All right. Anyhow, I just wanted to verify that.
But what you don't know, or may not know, is that the triangle has always been a very powerful occultic symbol.
It's always been a universal symbol. There's no way you can draw anything without using a circle, a square, or a triangle.
I can if I do a squiggly line.
You're still making a circle.
Yeah, but look at every single logo you've ever seen.
True.
It's going to contain a circle, some form of a circle, whether it's an oval or a square or a rectangle or a triangle.
Because it's a spell casting symbol, and it actually represents the three elements of all witchcraft.
The eye can mean the eye of Isis,
right,
or the eye of Horus, the eye of magic. But again, with this Ankh here, you could associate that. Then it has certain context,
right?
But it doesn't even look like the eye of Horus.
By far not.
Yeah.
The Eye of Horus looks badass.
Huh?
The Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra look badass.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what did he say? What was he saying about the Earth?
Occultic symbol. Because it's a spell casting symbol, and it actually represents the three elements of all witchcraft.
The three elements of all witchcraft. So what do you think he's going to say are the three elements of witchcraft?
He's going to name a band.
You think so?
I call he's going to name a band.
Okay. What about you, Loki?
That or he's going to... Yeah, I'm going to go with the band, too. It sounds pretty close to what he has been doing as of lately.
All right. So I'm going to say the three elements of witchcraft that he's going to say is like something to do with like mind, body, or spirit or something like that. That's what I'm thinking he's going to say. But let's see.
Earth, wind, and fire.
Called it.
Earth, wind, and fire. Yep, it's a band.
Okay. This is sad. This is sad. We can actually predict what they're going to say before that. This is sad. This is sad.
Yeah, well, why is he saying three elements?
Because he's
obviously four.
Because his drug dealers didn't provide him with the fourth element.
Oh, okay. That was higher degree stuff that he was just not privy to.
Yeah, you gotta be higher degree to get that water in you.
Yeah, I think you got to be like a 36th degree Mason to get that super duper secret.
Hey, wasn't there a group called that?
Very funny, mullet man. Very funny.
Down here is a symbol, it's an Egyptian symbol, and it's called the Ankh. It is the universal symbol of reincarnation.
Or the symbol of life, or the symbol of man.
Yeah, I always thought it was a symbol of life.
Yeah.
Right.
I was under the impression that it was a symbol of life as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have an Egyptian. We have an Egyptian practitioner in here.
Is Zipporah in?
Yes, she is.
Yes, Zipporah's in. Zipporah, can you tell us
good.
about
Zipporah probably be able to tell us what it is. So let's just put pressure on her.
Yeah,
Tell
Zipporah. Zipporah, tell us now, Zipporah. Zipporah, tell us now. Come on, Zipporah. Zipporah.
I know CC said the Ankh equals life, dumbass. Not
it equals life, dumbass.
Not to us, to Mullet Man.
Oh.
Symbol of eternal godly life is what she said.
Okay, there we go.
Ra and his son Horus. And you notice, now this was in existence before Jesus, but you notice it almost became a mockery.
Whoa, did you hear what he just said?
Something about it becoming the symbol of Jesus.
No, he said before Jesus.
Oh, blasphemy!
Son Horus.
Yeah, listen.
And you notice, now this was in existence before Jesus.
It was in existence before Jesus.
Well, Jesus didn't appear until like 1,000 years after the world was created. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just amazed to hear like any Christian actually recognize that there were religions before Christianity.
They were just all wrong.
It almost became a mockery because as it comes up, it has a cross, and then it loops. And that means that life doesn't end, it just continues on and on and on and on. Universal symbol of reincarnation, the Ankh. And you know, it just really gets my heart because I've been going through, on this last tour, I've been going through airport after airport, and I've seen these things being worn on young men with big gold chains, hanging all around their neck. And I pray to God they don't know what that means. I really do.
Put that shield
up. Zipporah said Christians wear the Ankh. Yeah, I cannot say the name of the thing. Sorry.
Ankh?
The Ankh. Wear the Ankh. It's in Egypt. They wear it in Egypt. But I've seen Christians wear it before as well, and they're like, well, it means that we're closer to God or something like that. But people take different interpretations with it, and what he's doing is the wrong interpretation.
Surprise, surprise.
Which I was about to say shouldn't be a surprise to us with him.
Right.
Here's the next one. Now, one at the top you've already seen.
What? Now, which one is what is this?
That's sperm.
It's probably what is it? It's probably the tooth. There's whoops.
That's a satanic pentacle.
There's it's either like a tooth or one of those shells. They're not shells, the white thing that some people wear. But anyhow, I don't know exactly where that comes from.
Oh, the horn?
No, it's not really a horn. It's like a tooth or something. It could be a horn. Well, let's see what he has to say. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell he's drawing there.
It's sperm.
This one down here is a very interesting symbol. This was actually introduced as a piece of jewelry in 1969, early 1970. Oh, by the way, how many have heard of Sarah Coventry jewelry?
Oh, they're all raising their hand. They never fucking heard of it.
Of who jewelry?
Yeah, because let's back that up.
In 1969, early 1970. Oh, by the way, how many have heard of Sarah Coventry jewelry?
Sarah Coventry jewelry?
I never heard of it.
Neither have I.
You would imagine we would have heard of it. I mean, we are, summoning demons and shit.
Praise God, because Sarah Coventry jewelry is exactly as it sounds. Sarah's Coven. You see, witchcraft groups get their money to operate by two.
Oh, Sarah's Coven jewelry. whatever. I don't know what kind of a point he's trying to make here, but all these people who raised their hand, come on.
All those bald people.
Jewelry is exactly as it sounds. Sarah's Coven.
All right, fine.
Right? Yeah.
It's an Etsy store.
Etsy.
It must have at one point in time been like an email store at that.
Well, he's making it sound like it's some big, huge deal.
Oh, I know what they were. Back in I think the early 90s-ish.
No. Why do people have that on their web page? Okay, all of you web designers out there, this is a big, huge no-no. Do not put music on your website.
Fuck.
It's annoying and sad.
But I believe they were in New Age stores. The jewelries sets used to be in New Age stores before Etsy and eBay and all that kind of stuff. So, honestly, unless they were going into New Age stores or going to wherever she had her own store.
So wait, is this still your search on Sarah's Coven Jewelry?
Yeah, it's not coming up.
Just that Etsy site. That was probably the closest thing you're going to get.
That was the only one, but it keeps like popping up. Like here, let's see. Let me back it up one more. So the very first one was Sarah's Coven Jewelry Etsy shop, but you see like this one right here where jewelry occult signs and we read that Sarah's Coven Jewelry was changed to Sarah Coventry Jewelry. Okay.
Oh,
let me try. Vintage Sarah Coventry Jewelry. So maybe it was just one of the very first people who designed. It doesn't look that. Anyhow, whatever it is, it was probably some jewelry store back then.
Pretty. That
made jewelry, and they also probably made like pentagrams and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So anyhow, whatever. It's not like a big, huge organization. It's probably just the name of some company.
You see, witchcraft groups get their money to operate by two ways: the selling of themselves and drugs.
Oh. So now we're prostitutes. Fuck.
Yeah, we're prostitutes. We're drug slingers. Apparently, we make crappy jewelry.
I could probably make better jewelry than that, but damn.
But that's how we make our money.
Really? God, I've been going around going to work and all this shit. I didn't know I could just do that.
See? Live and learn.
Fuck.
In Sarah's Coven. You see, witchcraft groups get their money to operate by two ways: the selling of themselves and drugs, or the making and selling of occult jewelry.
That's the only way. That's how all the witchcraft groups. That's how everybody gets it done.
I thought we got it.
Yeah, we don't go to college. We don't go to college. We don't get degrees. We don't spend half of our lives in our mom's basement trying to get that degree.
So the witch groups that I've been involved with, like, for example, the covenant I'm currently in, we pitch in things like we'll bring stuff to eat and we'll bring stuff to drink. And the high priestess, she usually provides like the incense. I mean, I've donated incense to it.
Right.
Candles. You really don't have big expenses. I mean, like, I have heard of some groups that what they'll do is they won't have a place to practice. So they'll rent like a hall, or they'll rent like a store, or a room in the back of an occult store. That is probably the biggest cost. But everything else, food, candles, incense, stuff like that, it's really minor costs.
Yeah.
Right?
The last convent I was in that I actually enjoyed was in California, and the lady's backyard is what we used, and she had a huge piece of land that was semi in and outside of town kind of thing. And the most we were ever asked to bring is something to eat and a jacket. And sometimes we'd have to bring a candle or so. But the biggest expense was, dude, we need another fold-out table. Crap. That was about it.
Right.
Yeah. And then depending upon how many people are in the group, everybody just pitches in a couple of dollars or $5 or whatever. But yeah, you're right, Loki. It's usually like somebody who has a big backyard, you know, usually like in the summertime. And then in the winter, you move indoors. So, you know, so that's how most of it is. I'm just trying to think like the most expensive part of a group would be, you know. So I don't know. We don't have to like sell our souls or go pimping out.
Getting the cauldron. Do you know how much cauldrons are nowadays?
Oh my God, those are expensive as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to get a real cast iron cauldron, yeah, those are expensive, and they weigh a fucking ton.
Okay, yeah. I have a mini cauldron for one of the altars, and that little shit cost me $20.
Yeah. They're not.
And it's like the size. It's like the size of a Coke can.
Exactly. I mean, I could just get a huge cast iron pot and call it good instead, and call it my cauldron. Screw it. Use a Dutch oven.
Right?
If it works for you, it works.
Exactly.
The innovations of paganism.
All right, let's get back into this. See what he has. Let's see what Mullet Man has to say this time.
What they actually do is they ask this stuff to be blessed after they make it. Now, I mean, when I'm talking about blessed, I'm not talking about how God blesses us by giving us something. I'm talking about when they bless it, it means it's cursed.
No.
Oh my God.
People do charge things, and people would call it consecrating or blessing.
Right.
But for example, an athame. An athame is like the very first witch's tool that somebody should bless and or consecrate. And, you know, various people have different ways that they could bless or consecrate something, but usually it's consecrated with the 4 elements.
Yep,
and
that's how I do it.
Exactly. And then the way that you bond with it is like you put it under your pillow and you sleep with it for 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. You know, you just put it on your pillow and you sleep with it. But basically it's bonding with you, and it's becoming your spirit tool, because it's, you know, the athame represents spirit because it goes through all the 4 elements. It's born in earth, tempered by fire, cooled in water, and then dried in air. And it is spirit. So it's not like it's blessed to Moloch or Baal or whatever.
Yeah, it's key to you. I mean, the only time I take something and quote unquote bless or cleanse it, if I'm cleansing it, I use sage, or if I'm just blessing it, I use moon water, which is also known as holy water, for crap's sake. But it's one of those, it's not cursing it. If I was to curse an item, I wouldn't keep it.
Right? I give it to Mullet Man.
Exactly.
With the Mullet Man.
I give it to somebody I hated. And I don't hate people that often. I just dislike everyone.
See, I've been doing it wrong. I've been blessing my items with moonshine and then drinking moon water. I've been doing it all wrong.
I knew
it. That's why my athame is so crooked.
Might be.
walking funny.
And they actually ask demonic entities to come and go inside of that piece of jewelry.
Hey, we don't!
Hey, demonic spirit, would you please come into this item I want to bless?
Dear demonic spirit, please go into Mullet Man's mullet. Thank you. Oh, wait, you're already there? Okay.
There's 2 of them. See, there's 1 and then there's 2.
Their names are George and Bill. And then that goatee. The goatee thing he has going on. Isn't that like evil or something?
Yeah, that's an evil goatee.
I mean, he rounded his facial hair. That's against the Bible.
Yeah, I don't like this thing. It just reminds me of like
it's a fuzzy asshole.
It is a fuzzy asshole. But like, when you drink like chocolate milk or something, and you get that ring around your mouth. It just kind of reminds me of that because he doesn't have any hair here. It's just like a ring.
It's like he put like a donut on his face and cut around it to where that would stay.
And then ate the donut. Hair and all.
And then ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never liked this look. I don't like that look. And it looks sort of lopsided. Just it's not like right here. There's a little piece missing here.
Yeah.
And it's straight. That side's straight. The other side's like more round.
Yeah.
It's like he tried to make a circle and a star and then decided to take off the star because he'd be considered evil.
Exactly.
This is a demonic symbol on my face. I just want to show you.
He's the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy who had lightning bolt chops. You guys remember those?
Oh,
you guys remember those?
God. Oh God.
All right, let me just finish this up, and then we can.
Now I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, if you believe Scripture, where Jesus Himself even says that there's such a thing as demonic possession. In other words, demons can.
All right, so that was
the fucking cuts, the fucking cutting up of this video.
Yeah,
like they did a great job last week on the last video to segue into this week.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't they do that with every fucking video? Assholes.
I have no idea. No idea.
We have better editing skills than them.
Well, you are right. I mean, because some of these are like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, or whatever, but they could wait like 30 seconds or 45 seconds or even a minute and a half later to edit it at a certain point that would kind of be good.
I'd be giving them too much credit.
Then segue into the next one.
Right.
Like you're doing that
the abortion
thing.
Oh yeah, the abortion matrix. Yeah, that thing's all.
By the way, I watched that and I wanted to jump to the computer and strangle the guy. As a woman, that man offends me highly.
Yeah, I know. I love the one guy. He's talking about how, well, if even if you are raped by your relative,
dad,
you should go ahead and keep the baby. It's like, what? Fuck you. They should do whatever they want.
I will say this much. I give props to the women who can keep a child of rape, who can raise a child of rape and love them with unconditional love. I give those women props, but not everyone is strong enough to do that.
Right. But if that's what they want to do, that's their choice, and they choose to do that, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. As long as they feel strong enough to do it, as long as they don't see it as a reminder, as long as they see it as, this is my child, not that monster's, as long as they can accept that child, kudos to them. They're amazing. I mean, but not everyone can go through that psychological ideal of carrying somebody's child that was forced upon them for 9 months and be sane after having it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll give you an example. I had a girlfriend of mine. This is back when she was just about to begin Cal Berkeley. She was going to be going to Cal Berkeley. I at the time was going to junior college in Oakland, and she missed her period, and we were like, oh shit, she's pregnant. And we waited a while and her period didn't show. So we seriously talked about what we wanted to do. Did we want to have the baby or did we not want to have the baby? And we came to the decision that she was going to have an abortion. That's what she wanted to do. That's what I was supporting her. And it turned out that she wasn't pregnant, but the whole reason why she was going to have an abortion is because, yes, it would have been an inconvenience. it would have been an inconvenience to her because she would have had to dash her hopes of getting into Cal Berkeley. I would have had to probably gotten a second job. I mean, it would not have been a good situation. We were not prepared for it. And if she would have at that time decided to not have the baby, that she was making that decision based on real life situations.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, when people go, well, they use it for birth control. I don't know one person. Well, I knew one person, but that person is out of my life that would sit there and go, well, I'm pregnant. I got to go get an abortion because that's my birth control. Because it is hard on your body.
Right.
It can damage so many things.
Can't that eventually make you
infertile?
You know, yeah.
Yeah. It is, and I mean, it's a last case scenario. A lot of them will sit there and talk to you about it. They have counselors. They have all this stuff to help you through it. And if you choose to keep the child, they have classes to help you be a parent. People don't realize this at all, and they just want to demonize the people who work there. And it's sad. These people help a lot.
They keep the fetuses for sacrifices.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right. You hang in there, Mad?
I'm good.
All right. We ready for the next one? Round 2?
Yep.
Sadly, yes.
A person, then you also must know that demons can and do inhabit inanimate objects.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, it's called my mom.
Ha!
Your mom's an inanimate object?
No, she's a demon.
Oh.
And I'm so glad she does not watch this.
This is the one night she did.
Yeah, really.
I look. If you see Brenda's Cincy consultant up here, then yeah, that's my mom.
Come on down.
Over to countries like Africa, or even closer than that, we go over to Hawaii. We bring back these masks or these tiki dolls and put them on our mantle or on our wall, and think, oh,
they're
that's
cool.
a great souvenir.
How many people are going to Africa and buying tiki dolls?
I don't go to Africa to do that. I go to the corner shop down the street.
He doesn't realize how huge Africa is.
And he doesn't realize that half that stuff that you can buy online, well, now you can, or you can go to like an Asian store or any stores like that, and they have them for decorations. You can go to flippin' IKEA. Wow, I echoed.
Yeah,
a demon from IKEA.
The demon altars from IKEA.
IKEA demon.
The demons that were associated with those particular gods.
Dun, dun, dun.
The truth shall set you free.
This is actually a Celtic symbol. And
well, at least he pronounced it correctly.
Right?
It's over 2,000 years old. Referred to as the Italian horn, the horn of plenty.
Mm.
The leprechaun's horn. And actually what it means is that the wearer of this trusts the devil for their finances.
What?
Bullshit!
There's no such thing.
If I trust that bastard with my finances, I'd be a rich bitch.
There's no such thing as a leprechaun's horn. Oh, wait, maybe I'm wrong.
I think you may have pronounced it wrong. Oh, nope, there it is.
Illuminati and the cult symbolism of St. Patrick. Nope, never mind.
Want a new relationship?
No, it doesn't.
There's the horn of plenty.
Yeah, I see the horn of plenty.
Yeah, the horn of plenty is a symbol because here we go. Let me look this up. Pernos plus cornucopia. Now on here's good. Yeah, that one you can sort of see. Yeah, okay. Actually, this is a better one. Whoops, this is a better one. So yes, in what do you call it? In Paul, there was Cernunnos, who did have a horn of plenty, which basically what it was kind of like a cornucopia. It was forever gave food. And he was flanked by, I think, probably Mercury right here. And I don't know who that is, maybe Apollo. But that cornucopia, the cornucopia looks different than that horn.
Yeah, but the cornucopia have also changed looks throughout the years. Well, because different art renditions of it.
Yeah, so that's what a cornucopia looks like.
Yep, the Thanksgiving decoration.
Right, it's kind of like a horn, yeah. So you could use a cornucopia to symbolize abundance, forever abundance, different things like that. Let's see what he has to say.
It had nothing to do with finances.
It could, because it represents wealth, food, abundance.
And Matt just died.
Well, it was just a matter of time.
That was actually my girlfriend dying.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we don't want to lose her.
No, she's a sweetheart. I love her.
Yeah, you can go, but
I can go fuck off. I know I can go fuck off. I'm trying to go fuck off. I can't because there's stupid people like Mullet Man.
No, Mullet Man.
And actually, what it means is that the wearer of this trust the devil.
Anyhow, whatever. That's bullshit. I don't know exactly where he's getting that symbol from, but I'm sure it's I don't know where it comes from.
I think he made it up.
He's probably basing it on something, but he's got it confused with other stuff.
Here are two crosses. First,
A T and an upside down cross. Okay.
Yeah, T.
It's the middle of a Tetris game.
The most useful piece.
Mm-hmm.
CAU. And it's actually a Babylonian symbol.
What?
Did
he just say that's a Babylonian symbol? I thought that was just that's a T. Really?
No, the symbol of Tau.
Oh. Someone needs to beat him with a towel.
It doesn't come from Babylon. See, it usually looks like this. Yeah, it is Greek. The Tau cross. Let me see if I can find one that's not going to be biased.
Zamborat said something. The T is a Celtic cross upside down. The upside down one is a cross of St. Peter's, I think.
That's exactly right.
Right.
St. Peter was to be crucified, but he didn't want to be crucified. Exactly. He didn't want to be crucified like Jesus, so he said, turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the story.
That's a story.
Right.
Yes. Peter said he wasn't worthy to be crucified like Jesus, is what Zamborat said.
I'm trying to find the Tau symbol. It's a cross from Greek.
Moat said no, the Tau cross was put on stones of
of a fortress in Romania to keep the evil Resolorn bound. Resolorn or Resolome? Sorry.
Resolome.
A Catholic, not Celtic, sorry.
Catholic, the Celtic one is usually has a circle around it. Around the middle.
And it's kind of pretty and ornate, and I have so many pictures of it and things.
And it's right side up, not upside down.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so the Tau is a Greek symbol, but it doesn't come from Babylon.
Was the Buddhists and the Hindus picked this up and said, "We like that. We're going to use that as a symbol of good luck"?
No. The Buddhists and the Hindus do not use it.
Good luck if you wear it. Okay? And you notice, it probably doesn't even mean to be, but you notice it's kind of a mockery of our cross too, because as it comes up, it just stops. There's no ascension.
No, it's a completely different symbol.
Oh man, I was about to say, if you look at a cross, the crossbar is shorter than the main, and it's put up a little high.
Right.
That is pretty much two equal lengths. Well, I'm gonna say it's like the lines put together, one going down vertical, one going horizontal.
Right.
So I don't see how he can compare it to the cross.
Right.
Burning cross. Most of the time it's black. This is like what I saw on the wall of my mentor's house. And this is actually
his drug dealing mentor.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Blasphemies of Christianity, because it means that Christ did literally nothing on the cross.
Yeah, but that's part of the psychodrama. It's part of that anti-Christian thing. It's a way of throwing it in the face of the church by turning it upside down by that. That's why they do it, because to make fun of or to completely reverse. At least that's what it means to Satanists, to do the reverse cross like that. It's to completely just throw it in their face and turn it around. It's supposed to be blasphemy in that representation.
Besides, how many other people died on the cross?
A lot of people were crucified. I mean, that was their favorite way of killing people.
Yeah, but only one person that we remember.
Yeah, screw the two guys who were hanging next to him.
All those other people who were crucified, they don't count. They're not important.
Well, at least we're not friends and burning everybody at the stake. Poor Joan of Arc.
Yeah, poor Joan of Arc.
And these are flown at the time when black masses are taking place. And black masses are when you have your animal and human sacrifice.
What? I thought that was just when you drank beer. Shit.
No, there are different versions of the supposed black mass. One of them was actually supposed to be done by a defrocked priest, and then it was adapted and changed by Satanists to be a mock black mass. And then there's different versions of a black mass, let's put it that way, but none of them involve human sacrifice or animal sacrifice. At least not the ones that are part of any kind of, a group. I'm sure there's probably some idiot out there who believed they were doing some kind of a black mass, but they were psychotic idiots.
Right.
And I've actually never heard of that ever being happened. Fuck it, we'll look it up. Mass? No, not mass. I look up black mass murders. Who commits mass shootings? Okay.
Wow. Google's racist.
Black mass shooters.
Wow, Google.
It's all one thing.
Google's racist.
Mass murderers. Oh, these are black mass murderers. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, no, I hit the
Suggested.
No, the divided. It's all about Whitey and Blackie. That's not what I meant by black mass.
Oh, gods.
Ritual black mass.
There we go.
Black masses.
At Vatican.
Yes.
Of course, it's the Vatican.
Satanic blasphemy. Truth about Halloween. Anyhow,
Moat says you're racist.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm looking up black mass shooters. No. Black mass murderers. No, that's not the kind of mass murder. It's not the black mass I was looking for.
Here's a symbol for black mass at the top.
What? This, if anything, looks like maybe what they would cut into a wafer.
Right?
Yeah, that is actually, I think that is the design on a communion wafer.
Right.
I've seen it
and then
before.
this Blue Oyster Cult.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, God. The other thing I think is it's an angel with the moon on its head.
Yeah, this one I've seen before. I think it's like a, what do you call it? From a Slovakian country or something like that. But this one right here is Blue Oyster Cult.
Of course they would have that.
Oh man, I got to see what he says about this. Okay, so yeah, this looks like a communion wafer. This one, what did you say it was, Loki?
I'm looking at it. It looks like somebody in a dress or an angel with a moon on their head.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I have no idea where it's from. If somebody does,
it's a very fat unk with horns.
Yeah, it could be like maybe Ethiopian or something. It might be.
I like Zimbora's. Sure.
What does she say it is?
It's an ankh with a weight
What the
problem.
fuck is the ghost with the crown?
The ghost is holding a bowl on its head.
Yes. It's it's the ghost of a supermodel.
Ankh has a weight problem.
Yes. Well, because models, one of the things they do to walk straight is they'll balance something on their head and walk.
Oh yeah, like a bunch of books.
Right. All right, let's see what he says.
And you notice that it looks like an ankh, but this is actually a high priestess. And the reason I say that is there's their symbol, which is a crescent moon. You see, in witchcraft, they don't just worship one god, they worship many.
If they're polytheistic, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
If they choose to, damn it.
Huh?
I was just saying if they choose to.
Right, exactly. If they choose to be polytheistic, then they're polytheistic.
There's only one of them. One of the lesser ones, in fact. Because their highest god is actually a female god, a goddess. And her name is Diana, goddess of the moon.
No.
Maybe to some, but not to all.
She's one of the goddesses, but not the only one.
And this is her symbol.
No, it's not. The crescent is a symbol of Diana, but not this. The anything to do with like Artemis or hunting, a bow, deer, the moon, you can associate with Diana.
Owls.
Yeah. Right.
And stars. Most of the time, if it's a symbol of the high priestess. She'll wear it around her neck as a pendant or a brooch, and it will have the crescent moon, and it'll have 1, 2, 3, or 4 stars hanging off of it, and that symbolizes her rank.
No, it doesn't. What the fuck?
This guy's so stupid. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Other than traditional magic, is there any ranks?
There are. What was your question?
Other than traditional magic or traditional practices, are there any ranks?
Yeah, there's ranks in traditional witchcraft, like Wiccan covens. And then certain magical orders like the Golden Dawn have a ranking system. Thelema has a ranking system. AA has a ranking system. Yeah, there's a lot of group. Even Church of Satan has ranking systems. But then depending upon the rank, you have a different symbol. But those are all different. For witchcraft, there's the 3 different symbols for the 3 degrees. Like the first degree has a symbol, the second degree has a symbol, and the third degree has a symbol. But the only jewelry that would have something like that would be, like I said, a first, second, or third degree. And then also a witch queen can have buckles on her garter belt to represent all the covens that have hived off of her. But it doesn't have anything to do with the crescent moon and stars.
all the dangly bits hanging off of robes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the symbol of the goddess Diana. This is the high priestess. And this over here actually is a symbol for the sacrifice getting ready to take place. A lot of law enforcement officials now are finding out that these symbols that they're finding on culverts and overpasses that they once thought were gay symbols are actually satanic cults.
No, they may have at one time.
It's just too stupid. It's just too stupid to comprehend, to understand, and then to make a logical argument against.
Yeah.
This symbol down here, I don't know if I can see that. This symbol right here is a really interesting symbol. Again, it's a Celtic or Druid symbol. And
No, it's not.
Smoke on the water.
See, he even said it. Blue oyster cult. See, it's a blue oyster cult. Soft white underbelly. But
it's just he just reversed it. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Made it solid and reversed it.
But it doesn't have anything to do with Celtic or Druidry.
And during all the interviews the Oyster Cult did with their magazine people, they said all the interviews they wanted to know why that symbol, what that symbol meant, because people couldn't figure it out. And Oyster Cult members told them that, well, we can't tell you what it is, but it's a very mystical symbol, and one day it will reveal itself.
One day.
No.
One
Yes.
day.
No.
Yeah, well, if they did say that, then they were probably joking and pulling somebody's leg. It doesn't mean anything, mullet man.
Well, it has. This is called the Cross of Confusion.
A cross of confusion.
No, it's not. The Cross of Confusion is that satanic symbol with the infinity sign and the
A cross of confusion. Hey, nice cross of confusion. Why, thank you. I just got it.
I'm confused. What's going on?
It's a cross of confusion. Here, let me back it up.
No, I was making a joke.
Huh?
I was making a joke.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Mystical symbol, and one day it will reveal itself. Well, it has.
Cross of
This
confusion.
is called the Cross of Confusion. Now, I even talked to one gentleman who at one point said, well, that's a Christian symbol because there's the cross and then there's the fisherman's hook. No. You see the hole in the cross? That symbolizes the hole in Christianity.
Ah! Way to dig deep there.
The cross of
And
confusion.
this going down here means Jesus went into the grave and never came back up. In other words, it's a sign symbolizing that God is dead.
Oh my God. Jesus is not God.
Unbelievable.
New symbol for the church is saying,
Well, yeah, but to them he is.
There it is.
Oh.
Symbol. I know what he's going to say about that.
Oh, yeah? Okay, what's he going to say about it?
It's an upside down broken cross.
Oh,
And
yeah, I've heard that before.
It's not. Okay, go right in the middle where all lines meet. Now, if you were to take the two lines that are going in diagonal formation and put them up straight, make a perfect cross section to perfectly divide that circle into 4 pieces.
Huh? Oh, so you mean like this?
Yeah. It'll make a perfect quarters all the way around. So, with that bullshit, he's going to say it's a broken upside down cross. Watch.
What do you think he's going to say, Loki?
I have to say it probably the same thing as Matt's saying, because looking at that's the only thing it can be mistaken for if you're an idiot.
Yes.
Or that it's also the sign of drugs.
It's a
what
what
does the chat room think? What does the chat room say? They think, bleh, I can't talk today. What does the chat room think he's going to say it is?
Well, the board corrected me on my what I was trying to say. Mo says it looks like the King Diamond symbol to me.
Oh, I think he means the one above it.
Oh, this one right here is from we already looked at it before. Symbol for Azazel or Leviathan. This one, the peace symbol, I've heard different theories. I've heard one theory that it's supposed to be the cross after it's been melted by a nuclear bomb. Another one I heard was it was supposed to be the symbol for SOS using flags. Those are the only two. I don't know if anybody really knows what the peace symbol is from. If they do, I'd love to know. And also where it's something to support it. But let's see what he has to say.
Anton Zandor LaVey passed away in 1997, age 67. He had heart problems all the way through his later life. And he passed away.
Whoops.
And for a while, it looked like the church was going to go under, and I was getting kind of excited about that.
He would get excited about that,
right?
Him and his mullet got excited.
And they were even on their website. They were soliciting people for money to send it in to try to save the house, which was the church, and it didn't work.
That was the Black House.
Yeah.
And the city of San Francisco wanted to tear it down and build a complex over it. There was a lot of estate money owed on it.
Which they did. They built like a condominium over it.
And he said they said that it looked like it was going to go under. Sadly to say, October 31st, 1999, Carla LaVey, LaVey's oldest daughter, stepped forward and said, "I'm going to follow where my father left off. I'm going to take over his estate. I'm going to take over his position." Deemed herself the high priestess of the Church of Satan, and now the Church of Satan is alive and well again.
Yep, and pretty much running out of New York.
Right?
Yeah.
Bottom, never been, never will be a symbol for peace. It's a symbol of the broken cross.
It is a symbol of peace because it's recognized as a symbol of peace.
Yeah, the hippies used to have it on their panel vans and everything. That's what
it means. It means that symbol of peace, and that's why it's become associated. It's like the swastika. The swastika, by the majority of people who don't know any better, it will be forever associated with the Nazis.
Right.
But originally, it was a symbol for the sun by the Norse. Or the turning of the sea.
Also, the Asians used it.
Right.
The East and South Asians all used it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think the Buddhists use it
when I went to a lot of Buddhist temples have it. But anyhow, it's become a symbol associated with something in our culture. So it is the symbol for peace. You look at that and immediately you think peace. It's become a symbol of that.
When you're initiated in Satanism, you're given a ceramic cross. You're told to turn that cross upside down, take a few points, and break them down.
Bullshit.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Symbolizing that there is no God. Also, in any occult book, you'll find that this is a very powerful symbol used because it's called the crow's foot when it's reversed. It's a spell casting symbol.
Yes, reversed and without a circle.
Wow.
You see how Satan got it in. This came out about the time when the Vietnam War was going on, and the Flower Children. And you notice at that time, basically what it was a rebellion against authority. But no,
it was a rebellion against the war.
Tune out.
Yeah, they didn't want to go to war, so. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I keep
yeah, but I don't exactly agree with that. I think that it was kind of also against authority, but it's not really all that important. I mean, the war was something that definitely was part of the hippie thing, but really it was kind of like it was kind of against authority. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually healthy for civilizations to do that. It's like the old adage, you have tyranny when the people are afraid of a government, but you have democracy or something like that when your government fears the people.
Right.
So that's what that is. Actually, that symbol. I do not know what that particular symbol, what this new symbol stands for. I have not been able to find that.
We already found it.
Yeah, we've been known this. Windows.
Which one was it? It was the sigil of Leviathan. Yeah. I don't know if it's a sigil of Leviathan or if they made that symbol. I think he made that symbol.
LeVay?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
God dang it. What is the name of that book? Shoot. I can't remember it at this point. And I know I swapped out my hard drive, so I don't think I have it on my drive. Oh, well, anyhow.
Now, a lot of the people that I was in touch with that I was able to ask moved away, or I just can't get a hold of them anymore, so I have my resources are not around too much. I know that looks like a symbol for infinity, but what that double cross here, unless that's exactly what it's supposed to mean, is double cross. But I'm not sure exactly what that is. Here's the next one. One at the top is a symbol for anarchy. It means you're against everything.
Oh my God!
Really? The symbol for anarchy is a satanic symbol.
Anarchy is a satanic symbol.
And I guess so is the sun.
Yeah, really. Yeah, right, exactly.
The alchemic sign.
Or it's one eye. Cyclops.
Cyclops. They use that in alchemy too. Astrology, alchemy.
Yeah, it's a symbol for the sun.
Wow, he's stretching it.
Of course, he's got the Blue Oyster Cult symbol in there. So what do you expect?
Down here at the bottom,
That's true.
The all-seeing eye, the pyramid. Well, this is another symbol for the seal of the Illuminati. It's a circle within a circle. This circle on the outside is supposed to represent the networks that go about making up the Illuminati. And
What?
The circle on the inside is supposed to represent all the men who make up the actual Illuminati itself.
Okay, how is he coming up with this shit? He's just pulling this out of his ass.
Out of the Book of Anus.
That's weird again.
What happened?
Matt's mic started going weird again.
Oh.
That happened.
That was nice. Circle in a smaller circle. I don't know. I'm not even gonna. Whatever.
Yeah, we know what it is.
He's full of
It's a circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you had your cootie shot.
Right?
Yeah, right, exactly. It's a symbol of the sun.
It's half of a cootie shot.
And other cultures, it has another meaning to it, and that is that it represents the female womb or female fertility.
What?
So when you see the circle in
No.
the
Fuck off with that shit. Fuck off with that shit.
What?
have to do with paganism or have to do with witchcraft, you can associate that with feminine spirit power having to do with fertility rites.
It's all the woman's fault.
Right? Yeah. One, the sun is representative of the masculine. So piss off with that.
Girls did it. It's bad.
Right?
Damn you women.
Having to do with the female womb. The circle has always been a very powerful symbol. Always has been, always will be until the time that witchcraft no longer exists. Which is
Yeah, that's nice to hear.
Sephora says that's not what a uterus looks like.
No, it's not. A uterus looks like a shark's brain. For good reason.
themselves to other witches. And a lot of times on a lot of their symbols, what they'll wear on their hats or they'll wear on a brooch will be nothing more than a metallic circle. And that represents them as being witchcraft and also a feminine spirit power. So when you see that, now you'll know what that means.
So every time you see a circle, it means witchcraft. Okay.
So my school is part of witchcraft too because my ID card has a big.
That's because it's a part of the Illuminati.
And so is toilet paper.
Yeah.
And duct tape.
Yeah. Yep. So it's toilet paper. Yep.
Circle within a circle, or just a circle itself as very powerful.
So pretty much, even if it's a circle within a circle or just a circle itself, it's a symbol of witchcraft. So basically, every single thing in the entire fucking world is a symbol of witchcraft.
Lamps, light bulbs, soda cans, bottles, cups, bowls, plates, ashtrays.
Plates, everything. It's all witchcraft. All of it.
What else do I have that circle in here? Oh, my new dice towers, my Pringles can, and my oatmeal can.
So my soda can is witchcraft. Got it.
Witchcraft. It's all witchcraft.
This is the next symbol, and this again is the symbol of the goddess Diana. You see, there's the crescent moon, and there's
What?
No.
No, that's like the. Isn't that like
That's
the
Islam.
Islamic? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's the Islamic. It's on the Islamic flag, and also other countries have it on there.
Yeah.
Any Islamic country has it.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what the hell this is.
It's a clock.
Oh,
That's my best guess. It's a fucking clock.
the stars. It doesn't have to be particular in that particular order. I've seen them where they're coming down in a straight line here, where they're going into a curve. And again, like I told you, most of the time, if it's a high priestess and it's a symbol of a high priestess, it'll be a crescent moon here, and then there would be 1, 2, 3, or 4 stars hanging off of there, depending on their ranking of a particular witchcraft coven.
That's
where is he getting this from?
fucking. He just insulted every fucking Muslim in the world by saying this. Like if a Muslim watches this right now, they're gonna Allahu Akbar his ass.
I would.
I'm about to. First pagan terrorist. That'll be my going down in history.
No.
You're right. I'll give everybody a bad name then.
Just cough on him. Get him sick.
This one down here at the bottom is a newer symbol, and it's actually used by what I call the dabblers. You see, there's two.
The dabblers.
Facets that I want to state here of witchcraft or Satanism. And that is that you have the ones that are the elite. And that means those are the planners. In other words, how are we going to get witchcraft into the school system? How are we going to get into the education system? How are we going to get it into the toys? How are we going to get it into the books? Those are the ones that do the planning. Those are the ones I refer to as being the elite. Then
okay, hold up. Okay, one, you're never going to get paganism in schools. This is America, goddammit. You're not going. It's not going to happen. So shut the fuck up. Two.
Yeah, but
there's that cauldron pot that you shared with us. That little Bluetooth fucking cauldron pot with all those little crystals and shit. Uh-oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, what are you saying?
That one commercial you had on your channel.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Arimi or whatever it is. RMI.
So what? Kids like Harry Potter. Kids are going to grab it. You know, I know it's not Harry Potter, but still, kids are going to grab it. So he could just piss off with that. There's plenty of Christian toys out there. I mean, you got a stick, a rock.
Stick. Those are good Christian toys. Well, the thing is that it's, you have to kind of unravel this whole thing. See, this is what they believe. They believe that the movie industry, the super elite, they have some kind of an agenda, and this agenda is turning the world away from God to Lucifer. And so they are behind the scenes manipulating us through music, manipulating us through logos, all this stuff to convince us to no longer believe in God and worship Lucifer. And all the pagans and witches and druids and Satanists and all these other people in the world are all playing along with this unknowingly and unwittingly. So that's why, like, whenever I ask people for evidence, like, they'll say something like, you know, there's murders being done in the back of some pizza place, for example. You know, where's the evidence for it? Well, you know, people gone missing. Okay, so how do they know that they've gone missing? They've gone to there. Oh, because they're smuggled in there at night when people don't know about it. Okay, so how do they get the bodies out of there? Why don't the police ever investigate it? Oh, because the police are being paid off. They're part of it. Right. Okay, so why don't you report it to the CIA? Oh, well, the CIA is also a part of it too. Okay, why don't you report it to the FBI? And it's like you can just keep going and going and going with them, challenging them at every turn, and they'll come back with, oh, well, there's somebody higher than them controlling them. And this is what they honestly believe.
Yeah, it's called the president.
It's an absolute no-win situation. It's like, okay, so let's just assume for the moment that this was all real. What's going to stop them from doing whatever the fuck they want to do then?
Right? They could just do it right now. They could just say,
yeah,
fuck all of you. We're taking over. This is how it is. Martial law in place. Fucking, you know, take away their guns. Get all the little kitties or whatever and start sacrificing them, whatever the fuck they think they do.
I mean, if
they could do it right now.
Exactly. Like if you were in control of NASA, the government, all the agencies, I mean, if you're in control of all of this stuff, you can basically do whatever you want. You don't have to like try to keep anything hidden anymore. Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, we're going to take you and we're going to sacrifice you to Lucifer. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it?
I'm just like sitting here well, it'll never be in school. Well, there are some things that have been able to get through to schools. I mean, the Church of Satan right now is one of the only things that's been able to get an after-school program, for crying out loud, in certain schools and states. But even when I was in high school, and my college is even having this issue, clubs that are coming up that want to be for pagans or Wiccans or anyone who practices something besides Christianity are being shot down because there's like 4 different versions of a Christian club in the schools, and they will do everything they can to prevent any other religion from being in there. Right. I mean, we had an atheist club, and it only got through because the club board said, no, we need diversity.
Right. And the ironic thing about this is that they believe that the whole goal of this is to create a one world religion. And basically what Christianity wants is a one world religion.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want everyone to worship God. Yeah. And I mean, so it's kind of like what all the things that they accuse pagans and all this other thing is basically what they do. You know, and it's just so ridiculous.
Recruiting.
Yeah,
eating
recruiting,
flesh, drinking symbolic blood.
Yeah, really, exactly. All right, well, let's finish this up, and then we can end this.
The dangerous ones are considered to be the dabblers.
The dabblers.
The dabblers are the ones who are going to grab a cat and take it out on a tombstone somewhere and choke it to death or stab it with a knife, thinking that they're going to get favoritism from the devil.
No, we don't hurt kitty cats.
If anybody does that, they're psychotic idiots.
Right?
I don't care what they believe. They're psychotic idiots.
Jail.
Who do that. Yeah, right. Yeah, they should go to jail for it.
Okay, those are the dabblers. Those are the ones who are dangerous because those are the ones who are getting the stuff out of the book somewhere, reading it, and then going out and trying it.
No book. Nowhere does it say to go into a graveyard and kill a cat. No book says that.
If
it's
anything,
not
they
written
say
anywhere.
If anything, they say adopt a cat and love a damn thing.
We got 2 cats ourselves. They were given to us because they were out of litters, and people don't want to buy cats.
Yeah.
You know? And we just got them for free, so now we got 2 cats. They're assholes.
Mm-hmm. In this particular, this is actually a symbol of the dabblers. Now, this is teenage Satanism right here. There's
No, well, that was the end of that.
Right.
So I think we're just going to do 2 for tonight, if that's all right.
The left-hand cat.
That's fine. Hopefully.
Yeah, because Mad's over here dying.
Yeah. And I was suddenly surprised by my bosses and told, oh, yeah, you don't go to work on Monday because it's supposed to be a holiday.
Yeah, that's right. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yep. My boss is like, wait a minute. I was told Monday's a holiday, so guess what? You guys don't come in.
Yay.
I looked at him like, yeah, the ice would have prevented like half of our crew from coming in anyways.
Right. Do you get paid for those holidays?
No, I'm a part-timer. Part-timers do not get paid for holidays, snow days, or non-operational days.
No, that sucks.
Yeah, which it just means that I was glad I got to work 8 hours on Friday to cover the 2 days I missed actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I lucked out there.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, because at my last job, I got paid for all federal holidays or state holidays or whatever they call it. I think they call them federal holidays.
Yeah,
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is one of those.
It's Martin Luther King Day can either be considered a state or a federal holiday. Some states do not accept it as a holiday.
Right, so maybe it's the state holidays. I got paid for state and federal holidays. Probably. Yeah. Right, yeah, because because I remember back in like elementary school, we were celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but not everywhere was celebrating it.
Yeah, I mean, because I work for a college, we get it off. If you work for a college because the school isn't in session, you're not working.
Yeah.
You get off on college?
Very funny. But
my quibs aren't as great today. I'm sorry.
You're not feeling good, Matt. That's a great reason for it to be lacking, okay? You're sick. You need to go to bed.
Oh, damn it.
So let's end this on a good note. Anybody know a funny video we could end it? A very short, funny video we could watch.
No, not really.
No.
Hmm.
All right.
Not off the top of my head.
Hold on. I follow a lot of weird channels, so forgive me a little.
Yeah, we figured as much.
Well, I mean, I listen to creepypastas on a daily basis just because I like to freak myself out. History.
I think I've seen only a couple of those.
Some of them you watch and you're like, really? Really?
I like watching those ghost videos that they have out there, and then like, so
Oh
like,
yeah.
how did they do that? How did they create that image? And I actually, one of these days, I'm actually going to create a ghost video, just for the hell of it.
Damn it! It was taken off. Oh well.
Yeah.
I had one that was actually funny, and it was removed from YouTube.
Oh, I know. I got one.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Sabora. I love Planet Dolan too. I love Planet Dolan, and I love Super Planet Dolan.
Here we go. This will be a good one.
As
Oh wait, I have to start. I have to present.
yeah.
Forgot about that.
As long as Helpit is on Planet Dolan, I am happy.
All right, I'm gonna present. Can you all see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus, man. All right.
Oh, I remember this.
It's got it. Jesus, man. It's got it. Fucking right in the pussy. It's got it.
I love the lip sync.
It's got it. My boy, this piece is what all true warriors strive for. It's got it. It's got it.
What the hell is that?
Skrillex.
It's got it.
Monster kill.
Fuck.
It's got it.
The button has been doubled.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
It's got it.
It's time to.
Oh my god, you
Ah!
It's got it.
Right rumble.
Was that Lord of the Rings?
It sounded like from Black Rock.
Oh.
Screw gravity.
Screw gravity. Damn Sir Isaac Newton inventing gravity.
It's got it.
It's epic meal time.
Oh my god.
It's got it.
How's it going, Brass Nice?
Oh god, why would you use PewDiePie?
I have no idea.
Because it's funny.
It's got it.
Let me take a selfie.
All right.
First,
Well,
let
that
me
was-
take a selfie.
Yeah,
Oh.
let me take a selfie.
How about you go fuck your selfie?
Go fuck yourself.
I got that from a video game called Life is Strange. This game will remind you that you have a soul and it will destroy it.
I was actually watching the game, Matt Pat's gameplay.
Soren has played it twice and has done both endings. They're not allowed to do one of the endings where you save everyone. No, you save your friend. Fuck everyone else.
That seems odd.
Yeah, it's one of those and that affects the game later on down the line.
But
it never turns out good for you.
Yeah, you either lose your best friend or a bunch of people in town get killed, including your best friend's parents. Well, her mom and step douche. But at the same time, you try to save this other really God-fearing Christian girl from jumping off a roof. But it's one of those games that will really mess you up. I mean, I was watching them play it. I'm like, no, we can't play this for another 2 months now. And this game messed up Soren too. And Soren doesn't get messed up over a video game.
I don't understand. Why would you get messed up?
It's one of those, you know how you can watch...
It's really emotional.
Yeah. How you can watch one of those TV shows and you're sitting there going, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Why would you do that? Yeah, but you're the one who has to make one of those choices of, do I do this and rip out a little bit more of myself, or do I not do this and completely kill myself? It plays on your emotions big time, but it's a good game.
But don't most movies play with your emotions?
Well, movies do.
Made me cry.
Oh, fuck. Then you never watched Where the Red Fern Grows, or read it.
I have. It was actually a really good movie.
Yeah, reading the book, I looked at my teacher and said, "This is appropriate for children."
I do have to say this though. There were 2 animes that I have watched in my entire lifetime that made me cry as well. An Assassination Classroom.
I can see Code Geass at the ending, but by the way, they're bringing out another season of that.
A 3rd season.
And guess who's not dead?
Lelouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers, people.
It's in the commercial. But no, I mean, one of the fun animes that really messed me up watching was, there's a lot of them that make me go, oh God, I'm going to cry over Phil's. But then there's the end of Angel Beats.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God. At first you have no clue why these kids are there, and then you find out this is their purgatory before they go off to being reborn.
Spoilers!
You find that out in the first episode. But it goes through how each and every one of them died and what their life was like. Yeah, it's one of those ones at the end that you're like, why am I crying? It's an animated TV show.
What are you showing us, Matt?
He's showing the tower.
Huge ass dice tower.
Oh, I thought
that is epic.
I thought it was a Starbucks cup.
My other.
And say, wow, that's like a super venti.
We only have those up here in Portland and Washington. I mean, those things are freaking... There is such a thing as a super venti, and it's huge.
The 72 ounce, the 72 ounces.
Just hook an IV up to you, caffeine.
I rather go somewhere that tastes better than Starbucks.
Yeah, I don't like Starbucks coffee either. They're crap.
We go to Brewed Awakening because their coffee is actually good, and I giggle about their sign because it's a triangle with the all-seeing eye. So it's like definitely the Illuminati.
Are they in the U district?
I know they have 2 stores here. That's about it that I know of. So I'm not 100% sure. I think they're kind of like Tolly's and a few other little places that are random coffee houses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I do live in the state of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coffee every damn where.
Washington?
Coffee here, coffee there, coffee everywhere.
We're the state that started Starbucks. Sorry, world.
It's all your fault.
Fucking Seattle.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mad's sick, so we should let him go. So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we will be back next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
I think, huh?
Next Sunday.
And who's you're going to be hosting, right, Mad?
Yep. Will be better.
Feeling up to it. I'm doing a weird thing with my fingers.
Next Sunday, the 22nd.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Layla, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Birthday. It was his birthday, what, Thursday?
Friday
Friday
the
13th.
13th.
Yep.
I told you
I
he
had to
was
look at
Satan.
Yep. It's confirmed.
Very good.
I had a birthday on Friday the 13th several
He is
times
now
in my life.
considered to be old as fuck.
Old as well.
Just
Yeah,
remember,
I'm getting there. I'm almost old.
It's
as
not
fuck.
dirt yet. It's not dirt yet. It's just fuck.
you yelling at kids
Then
to
it's
get off
almost
your
dirt.
yawn.
Yeah, and then right before my birthday, Zabora leaves me a message like, "Oh, I had a dream that you died."
Wow. Zabora. That's
I love you,
horrible.
Zabora.
Thanks. I think. I didn't know exactly how to react to that. I was like, what am I going to say to that? Okay. Everyone dies?
We all
I'm no
die.
different?
Just like taxes. The only two things that we live for.
Yeah.
Wish
So,
them a
yeah.
happy
Thanks,
birthday.
Zabora.
Well, so did I, because Facebook and Skype told me to.
Yeah.
I just made fun of him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm.
Dying. You
I
look
don't
like
know.
shit.
I don't know
Go to
anymore.
bed. Go to
All right.
bed.
We'll see you all next week. Good night.
Good night. Blessed be, everyone.